Ah, we're recording. Hi, I'm Lisa Maxwell, and I have been on hiatus, as I often do, um, doing interesting and cool things, as you all do as well. I'm going to offer you a reading tonight. This cow business has keep cow symbolism has been coming up a lot today, and then when I was opening up all the tarot decks tonight, I came across this cow. I don't, yeah, you can see it there. Cow symbolism, fertility, purity, divinity. This is from the Animal Spirits Knowledge card deck, which I don't actually own. I got a couple of I actually have it upside down. I got it when I went to an astrology gathering thing where Nadia Shah was presenting several years ago in Baltimore, a few years ago. Anyway, I don't remember, but this card was just kind of hanging out by itself in there. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm here to give a reading, and I ask Blessed God, all the angels, to provide the messages that I am feeling called to offer for whoever needs to hear it. May your words come through me, Father. Your message may touch the hearts and heal those who need great guidance. So I'm feeling a little hot, a little nervous. I might do a lot of different things with my hair. You know, I get fidgety. For those of you who know, this is a different setting. I am at my godparents' house currently. And for those of you who watch this video and know that I have been blessed with two sets of godparents in my life, and so I'm working with. I get to be with my second set. Um, so I am here at their house. I'm temporarily staying with them, watching one of their cats. The little black one is mine, my Ziamata, who some of you may know. This is Sally, Sweetie Pants, who is the gift to my godparents. We're going to be using again, Doreen Virtue, and I don't know where she is in life. I haven't followed up or kept up with her, but her cards have always inspired me in that part of her work, and she continues to inspire me through what these messages have to offer. Sometimes people think that tarot is the devil's work. It's not. It's art, and it has messages and symbolism, just like any kind of just we are presented with spiritualism, symbolism in our lives everywhere. It's just a matter of looking around you, and this is another way that's symbol. It's symbol, and it's just a matter of the interpretation of the symbols. So, admittedly, a lot of tarot can if we approach tarot or tarot, however you want to pronounce it. If we approach any symbolism, it doesn't really matter, with a way of trying to control the future, control ourselves, control reality, rather than just receive the messages and take in that information. Yeah, of course, that's definitely the work of darkness. So I think that's probably where I'm just going to throw out a guess. I'm speculating, of course. This is my feeling that that's a lot of where any kind of use of symbolism, such as tarot, divination, um, that's where anything can be used in darkness. Anything can be used in light. Depends on how you respond to it. So it's important to take in the information and meditate on what we're receiving, because that's where, and we meditate on what it brings up for us, what it inspires us, what kind of responses we have to whatever symbolism we're offered, and that's where, excuse me, Sally, I need you to get down. Thank you. She's very young and very, very. She's actually a little over a year old. She's fully Maine Coon. And she's beautiful. So anyway, so in to that point, these are the archangel This is the Archangel Tarot deck, and I'll be using that tonight. Doreen Virtue, at some point a few years ago, as part of her spiritual path, branched away from this form of the expression of her spirituality, and that's appropriate for her. But this work is still valid, I feel, and if it is being used to guide and to offer insights, and something to meditate upon, that is good. Okay, so we've had three cards that just flew out. We have the Eight of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. I know what this means for me. I don't know what it means for you. The other one that has come through is Archangel Gabriel. So again, speaking of messages, look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. And the Knight of Water, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. So those are some cards that have come out. I don't know. We'll see what they are. Eight of Water. So let's just angle the cards down. So the Eight of Water. And again, you'll see I'm in a very temporary situation. I actually went and pulled up. I did not have it. I had no intention to be doing tarot readings. These have been in a box. And as you know, I have not read tarot in a while for anybody online. Individually, yes. But so you'll see that I have a lot of accoutrement around. Everything's kind of here. But it's all out. And these were the ones that wanted to come out. So the Eight of Water, the desire to move on, a search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. I actually have been working daily with a different deck myself, the Tarot of Gemstones and Crystals. And I've got some weird notification that I'm going to ignore. I don't know if it was Celeste. Anyway, Eight of Water is generally, you've got this merman in this particular deck who's swimming away from all of these cups that once seemed fulfilling for him. Now, the Eight of Water is, any of these cards are always going to be responses to the card that came before it, or the number of the card. The number of the card that comes before that is the Seven of Water. And the Seven of Water is, where you have all these options and you're kind of building castles in the air. And, you're looking at all of these options and you're enthralled by everything. And, the Eight of Water is sort of a response to that in terms of the fact that you have now made a decision about something and you're choosing one cup. And usually does he have the one cup here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, so in this one, he hasn't chosen any of the cups. Usually in traditional tarot, there is a person who's going away with one of the 8 cups. They've made one decision. They've put their emotional 8 of cups. So Malachite, there we are. They've taken and put their all of their emotion. They've chosen one place in which to send, make their emotional investment, and that's what we're going to go with. And these other 7 options we're not going with. Here, this individual is going away from literally all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's going away from all of them, it looks to me. He's like, I don't want any of these. I need to go find something completely different. None of this is working. And I don't know what's going to work, but I'm out. And if that's how you're feeling, it's important to understand what's behind that awakening. And that's the central card here in the reading. So Malachite, let's take a look at from this other book because I drew this Eight of Cups a couple of days ago for myself from this other deck, and I felt it came to mind. I liked the way it spoke to me in the book here. So malachite is a crystal, very common and one that most people know. This opaque stone resolves repressed emotions and promotes understanding of ourselves and our fellow human beings. It becomes a mirror of our soul, allowing us to discover our concealed self and our problems. Malachite also helps us work through sad experiences, which, if we're going away from all of these things and we're choosing none of it, this is can be a card of grieving for sure. So, what are you grieving? And if that, the minute I say grieving, everyone doesn't, we don't want to we don't know how to handle grief. We're not taught to deal with our grief very well. And so we end up in like grief counseling and things like that. And if that's where you are, if you're hearing this reading, going through specifically grief counseling to help you learn how to experience grief, loss, the ending of anything, be it relationship, moving, changing jobs, like to know how to end things is really, really important. Looking at things from a different perspective. Learning how to end things or go swim away for a little while. Sometimes it's not a forever thing, right? Sometimes it's just a for now. And I invite us to think about that because this is not like, whereas awakening is a major arcana, and these are like more major themes that are going on in life. Something that's, I talk about it like if you're on like a highway, if you're driving somewhere, for instance, and you're on the road, like this would be like a major highway as opposed to like a wayside kind of little road. Or like, this is a temporary, these, the minor arcana, and they're called, these are more temporary energies. Whereas this is a more major kind of thing. Like this is more of a major, I'm going to get there in this particular way kind of thing. Whereas this is a temporary one. So tarot interpretations: frustration, separation, melancholy, painful experiences, indolence, renunciation. But there's also, on the flip side of that, a lesser known aspect of those things are striving until the goal has been reached, which, if you're hearing frustration, the opposite of that would be learning how to work with something slowly until the goal has been reached. Happiness, cheerfulness. So one thing I do see in this is, speaking of, so if we turn this to a different perspective, none of these cups are tipped over. Where in a typical he's not choosing any of these right now, and he's just going somewhere else. And it is a he, it seems. Although, it could be a she. It's androgynous. It is Merland. None of those cups are tipped over, and in a typical tarot, all the cups are pretty much over on the side, and the individual is going away with one upright cup. This is not that energy. This is choosing to just go somewhere else for a little while. I don't like any of this that's happening. I don't know why. I need to go and think about it. And remember, this suit of waters is is feelings, it's emotion, it's creativity. We are often more creative if we step away from something. The number 8 is actually a number of commitment. So, one of those interpretations from the other card set that we're not working with today, but I felt compelled to bring in, was that it's striving towards something until a goal has been reached. Happiness, cheerfulness. You can't just keep going after something all the time without taking a break. Anything that's long-term. 8 is a commitment, whether that means a relationship to you, whether that means a long-term job that you do, a long-term career that you kind of just take in a little bit of a different direction, or any place that you live. Maybe you go and you live in maybe you need to go live in a different neighborhood. It could be just something like that. Like, I'm not going to live in this section of town, but I think I'm going to go and live over here for a while. That's what this can be, a desire to move on. Just where you can go and maybe